In this video, I'll show you one of the audit related apps within XRM Toolbox, which you can use to configure the audits. Now, I'm in XRM Toolbox, so if you have not installed the Audit Center app, you can navigate to the tool library and then you can start looking out for Audit Center app, which is basically it allows you to define the audit settings. And this one, once it is installed, you can navigate to the tools and you can start typing Audit Center. And then once it is installed, you can navigate to the Audit Center app. So this is how the app will look like. Now, to start with, you have a close icon to close this application. First step, to load the data. We have an option to change the audit status, user access audit status, then apply the changes. And also, it will show you whether your global audit setting is turned on or not, and user access audit is whether turned on or not. So this is the setup. Now, before we even go into this, let's go into the application first. So let me go into the right application. So this is my tenant. So I'll go into the Power Platform Admin Center and I'll show you where you can turn on the audit. Similarly, I will also go into the core solution of my application. So I've used like a couple of tables to build a simple model driven app. So I'll show you at a table level and also at an environment level how to turn on or off the audit. So once you are in Power Platform Admin Center, you can navigate to your specific environment. And once you are in that environment, go into the settings. From here, under audit and logs, you will have an option to set the audit value. So audit settings. Now, in my case, I have turned on all the options: start auditing, log access, read logs. Now, you can selectively turn on and off whatever you want, but make sure that start auditing is turned on. Now, log access and read log access, it all depends on how granular level audit log information you want to be present within your report. And there are other settings related to retaining the audit logs. Now, once this is turned on, it is essential that you go into the specific table and turn on the audit configuration at a table level. So I'm at a table level. If you go into the properties over here, you should be able to see under advanced options, there will be an option audit changes to its data. So this is important to turn on at a table level. Now, there are other options within a column level. So if you navigate to, say, a column, and if I go into, let me pick up, say, one of the columns, say, email. So email is one of the column. Now here, if I go inside a column, here I have an option to enable the auditing at a column level. So these are the steps. So you need to first set up auditing at a tenant level, going to the Power Platform Admin Center and make those settings, then at a table level, and then at a column level. Now, once you do all this thing, then any changes within the system will be captured by the audit infrastructure. Let's jump into the XRM Toolbox. Now, over here, it's currently says system audit is currently NA, user access audit is currently NA. Now, technically, we have turned this on, so this should be showing as on. Now, we haven't loaded any data, so let's first load the data from an environment. Now, I've already connected to my Girish dev environment, and that's why I was able to show all this information. Now, as you see, once it is connected to the environment, it will give you an option user access audit is currently on, system audit is currently on. And now here you will find a list of entities and attributes to audit. Now, as you see over here, these are currently out of the box entities, right? You will see one related to airlines. Now, how I've added this is you have an option to click on add entity. Now, let me first show you removing the entity. I'll just come over here and I'll say remove selected entity. And then I'll go ahead and say apply the changes. Now, by default, you will see in this list all the out of the box entity which are currently configured or enabled for auditing purpose. Now, what I've done is like I have selected a custom table which is like an airlines. The name is airlines, and I have just removed it from the selected entities. Now, in your case, the custom entity may not appear. I have added it, and that's why I have seen those things listed over here. Now, once this changes is published, I will go ahead and show you how to add that. So if you click on add entity, then you get an option to add any entity which are currently not present within the entities list on the left hand side, which you see over here. So I have this custom table named as airlines. So let me pick up airlines, click on OK. And then this airlines table will appear over here. Now within airlines, I can go ahead and then I have an option to turn on and off the audit settings. Now here, as you see, I have 5 items which I have configured for uh, auditing. Now, as you saw that email, the email table, email column, which we had. So let me show you the email column which I had, which is currently auditable, right? So as you see in advanced options, I can go ahead and say enable auditing. Now, what if you want to turn this off? So you can go over here and say remove selected attributes and click on apply changes. Now, what this does is it will just go ahead into the system and then it will navigate to a specific column and mark this value as, it will take off this checkbox. Okay. So once it is published, you should be able to see that changes have been made. So it says disabling attribute now, and it is now finally publishing the changes. And once these changes are published, once you navigate to the column, you should be able to see that, like as you see over here, the checkbox is gone. Now, yes, you could have done this within the Power Apps interface as well, but why would you use this tool? Now, think about it, like by default, when you add a column, most of the columns are ticked for enable for auditing, and you would not like that thing to happen. Like, let me go into one of the other examples. So, if I click on add entity, and maybe let me see if I have any other table. So, I have a table called as hospital, I believe. Yeah, so I have a table called as hospital. Now, if you see the table as hospital, now this hospital has so many fields which are currently has the columns for audit checked. Now, I can go into individual column using the Power Apps interface and make this available, right? Or disable or enable. But here I can just select whatever column I want, at one go, and then I can remove the selected attribute from auditing. And once that is done, I'll just click on apply changes, and then it will enable or disable rather the auditing for that specific column. So this is like a one-stop solution for you to turn on or off the audit settings. One, it is at a column level, another at a table level, and then you can even deactivate the global audit and deactivate the user access audit. So as you see over here, now currently it is disabled because we are publishing the changes, but as you see here, this will also be enabled once the publishing is completed. So you can even control these options over here. So I believe that's it, folks. This is all about using the system audit XRM toolbox. If you have a requirement to turn on or off the selected column for a specific dataverse table within your, say, application, like a model driven app, or maybe a canvas app, or any other application which you use within the Power Platform system. Thanks for watching.